clubs closed down. There's one more burned out lamppost on Main Street, down where we used to stroll. And Muriel, I still hit all the same old haunts. You follow me wherever I go. Muriel, I see you on a Saturday night in a petty arcade with your hair tied back and the diamond twinkles in your eyes. It's the only wedding ring that I'll buy you, oh Muriel. Many times I've left this town to hide from your memory, and it haunts me. But I only get as far as the next whiskey bar. I buy another cheap cigar, and I see you every night. Muriel, Muriel, hey buddy, got a light.
Bartender, I'd like a Manhattan, please.
Stop me if you've heard this one, but I feel as though we've met before. Perhaps I am mistaken,
But it's just that I remind you of someone you used to care about. Oh, but that was long ago. Now tell me, do you really think I'd fall for that old line? I was not born just yesterday. Besides, I never talk to strangers anyway.
Well, I ain't a bad guy when you get to know me. I just thought there ain't no harm.
Hey, just try minding your own business, bud. Who asked you to annoy me with your sad, sad repartee? Besides, I never talk to strangers anyway. Your life's a dime-store novel. This town is full of guys like you,
Ain't that cool?
and you're looking for someone to take the place of her.
You must be reading my mail. You're bitter 'cause he left you. That's why you're drinking in this bar.
Well, only suckers fall in love with perfect strangers. It always takes one to know one stranger.
Maybe we're just wiser now.
Yeah, I've been around the block so many times
that we don't notice that we're
all just perfect strangers.
as
Long as we know that we all begin strangers just before we find we're really all strangers Oh, you don't look like such a chump.
Hey, baby. Jack was hitting poker faces with bullets back with bitches. Neil hunched at the wheel, putting everyone in stitches. Bragging about some nurse he screwed while driving through Nebraska. When she came, she honked the horn, and Neil just barely missed the truck. And then he asked her if she'd like to come like that to California. You see, a redhead in a uniform will always get you horny. Yeah. And we had the hairnet, those white shoes, and a name tag in her hat. She drove like Andy Granatelli, knew how to fix a flat. And Jack was almost at the bottom of his MD 2020. Neil was yelling out the window, trying to buy some pennies from a Lincoln full of Mexicans. And the left rear tire blowed, and the sons of bitches put near almost ran us off the road. And while the nurse had spilled the Manischewitz all up and down her dress, and then she lit the map on fire, and Neil just had to guess. Should we try to find a bootleg route or a filling station open? The nurse was dumping out a person looking for an envelope. Jack was out of cigarettes, and as we crossed the yellow line, the gas pumps looked like tombstones from here. And it felt lonelier than a parking lot when the last car pulls away. And the moonlight dressed the double-breasted foothills in the mirror, wearing out a negligee and a black Brazil. And the mercury was running hot, we were almost out of gas. And just then Florence Nightingale, she dropped her drawers and stuck her fat ass halfway out the window to a Wilson Pickett tune, and shouted, "Get a load of this," and gave the finger to the moon. Sky with that desire, stop with it, and down to Philadelphia, babe. got the mug marking that down. Where the truck was the boy to your door. Counting one-eyed jacks, whistling Dixie in the car, and he was doing this 100 when we saw a falling star. And Florence wished that Neil would hold her instead of chewing on his cigar. Jack was nodding out and wishing he was in a bar with Charlie Parker on the bandstand, and not a worry in the world, and a glass of beer in one hand and his arms around a girl. Neil was singing to the nurse underneath the Harlem moon, and somehow you could just tell we'll be in California soon. Open up your golden gates, California, here I come. I said, California, here I come. Look out, California, here I come. Sight for sore eyes, it's a long time no see. Working hard, hardly working. Hey man, you know me. Water under the bridge. Did you see my new car? Well, it's bought and it's paid for, parked outside of the bar. Any barkeeper, what's keeping you? Keep pouring drinks for all these palookas. Hey, you know what I think? That we toast to the old days and DiMaggio too, and old Drysdale and Malibu, Whitey Ford and to you. Except for Thumb and Jardina, said they just might be down. Oh, half drunk all the time, and I'm all drunk the rest. A monk still the champion, oh, but I am the best. And a barkeep, what's keeping you? Keep pouring drinks for all these palookas. Hey, you know what I think? That we toast to the old days and DiMaggio too, on Drysdale and Malibu, Whitey Ford and to you. Guess you heard about Nash. He was killed in a crash. Oh, that must have been 2 or 3 years ago now. Yeah, he spun out and he rolled in a tied with the radio on. Oh, she's married with a kid, finally split up with Sid. He's up north for a nickel's worth for armed robbery, and I'll play you some pinball. No, you ain't got a chance. Then go on over and ask her to dance, and the barkeep, what's keeping you? Keep on drinks for all these palookas that you know. What I think that we toast to the old days and DiMaggio too, Drysdale and Manu, Whiteford and to you. Buy me a drink, and I'll tell you what I'll see. And I'll give you a bargain from the edge of a maniac's dream. That buys a black widow spider with a riddle in his yard, that's clinging to the furrow of a blind man's brow. And I'll start talking from the brim of a thimble full of whiskey on a train through the Bronx. It'll take you just as far as the empty of a bottle to the highway of a scar that stretched across the blacktop of my cheek like that, and then ducks beneath the brim of a fugitive's habit. You'll learn why liquor makes a stool pigeon right on every face that ever left his shadow down on St. Mark's Place. Hell, I'd double-cross my mother if it was whiskey that they paid. And so an early bird says nightsticks on the hit parade. And he ain't got a prayer and his days are numbered, and you'll track him down like a dog. But he's a tough customer you're getting in this trade, 'cause the nightstick's heart pumps lemonade, and whiskey keeps a blind man talking all right. And I'm the only one who knows just where he stayed last night. He was in a wrecking yard, in a switchblade store, in a wheelbarrow with nothing but revenge to keep him warm. And $500,000 in unmarked bills was the nightstick's blanket in a February chill. And the buzzards drove a crooked sky beneath a black wing halo. He was dealing high Chicago in the mud and stacking the deck against a dragnet's eye. A shivering nightstick in a miserable heap, with a siren for a lullaby, singing him to sleep. Bleeding from a buttonhole, torn by a slug, fired from the barrel of a $2 gun. Scorched a blister on the grip of a punk by now. He's learning what you have to pay to be a hero anyhow. Dressed the hole in his gut with a $100 bandage, a king's ransom for a bedspread that don't amount to nothing. Just cobweb strings on a busted ukulele, and the nightstick leaned on a black shillelagh, with a poison of a junkie's broken promise on his lip. He staggered in the shadows, screaming, "I ain't never been afraid." And he shot out every street light down the promenade, past the frozen ham and eggers at the Penny Arcade, and throwing out handfuls of a blood-stained salary. They were dead in their tracks at the shooting gallery, and they fired off a 21-gun salute, and from the corner of his eye, he caught the alabaster orbs of a diamond dance hall girl, and stuffed a $1,000 bill in her blouse, and caught the cruel and unusual punishment of her smile, and the nightstick winked beneath a rain-soaked brim. Ain't no one seen hide nor hair of him see, no one except a spade on Rikers Island and me. You're mad enough to listen to a full of whiskey blind man, then you're mad enough to look beyond where the bloodhounds dare to go. And if you want to know where the nightstick's hiding out, well, you be down at the ferry landing. Oh, let's say about 1/2 a nightmare, when it's twisted on a clock, and you tell him Nichols sent you. Whiskey always makes him talk. You ask for Captain Charon with the mud on his kicks. He's the skipper of the Deadline steamer, and she sails from the Bronx across the river Styx, and a riddle's just a ticket for a dreamer. When the weather vane's sleeping and the moon turns its back, you crawl on your belly along the railroad tracks, and cross your heart and hope to die, and stick a needle in your eye, 'cause he'd cut my bleeding heart out if he found out that I squealed. 'Cause you see, a scarecrow is just a hoodlum who marked the cards that he dealt and pulled a gypsy switch. Out on the edge of Potter's Field. tattoo, turn a gun to metal blue, scrawled across the shoulders of a dying town. Took the one-eyed jacks across the railroad tracks, and the scar on its belly pulled a stranger passing through. He's a juvenile delinquent, never learned how to behave, but the cops never think to look and burn a shave. Like a ribbon, and the moon was like a bone. It didn't seem to be like any guy she'd ever known. It kinda looked like Folly Granger with his hair slicked back. She says I'm a sucker for a fella in a cowboy hat. How far are you going? Said depends on what you mean. He says I'm only stopping here to get some gasoline. I guess I'm going that way, just as long as it's paved. And I guess you'd say I'm on my way to burn a shave. And with her knees upon the glove compartment, she took out her barrettes, and her hair spilled out like root beer. And she popped her gum and arched her back. Yeah, Marysville ain't nothing but a wide spot in the road. Some nights my heart pounds like thunder, don't know why it don't explode. Everyone in this stinking town has got one foot in the grave, and I'd rather take my chances out in Burma shame. Presley's what I go by. Why don't you change the stations? Count the grain elevators in the review mirror. She said, mister, anywhere you point this thing, you got to be the hell out of the stain of going to bed with every dream that dies here every morning. And so drill me a hole with a barber pole, and I'm jumping my parole just like a fugitive at night. Why don't you have another swig? Pass that car if you're so brave. I wanna get there before the sun comes up and burn the shade. The spiderweb cracked and the Mustang screamed. The smoke from the tires and the twisted machine. Just the nickels worth of dreams, every wishbone that they saved. lies swindled from them on the way to buy me shade. The sun hit the derrick and cast a bad wing shadow up against the car door on the shotgun sign. And when they pulled her from the wreck, you know she's still out on her shades. They say the dreams are growing wild just this side of Burma Shade. Good morning, Mr. Snip, 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 but your haircut is as short as mine. Good morning, Mr. Snip, 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 but your haircut is as short as mine. Pair of rum, Lucky Tiger, boots, wax, cracker jacks, shoe shine, jawbreaker, magazine wax. Hang round the barbershop beside burning clothes scrap. Morning, Mr. Ferguson. What's the good word with you? Staying out of trouble like a good boy should. Are these still cutting hair? Still cutting classes? Got a couple passes to the ring, brush, pound, and pay the circus afternoon. You lost a little around the middle, you looking real good, sitting on the wagon instead of under the hood. What's low down, Mr. Brown? I heard your boys leaving town. I bought myself a struggle bug and suckers powder blue. Throw me over sports page. Cincinnati looking good. I always been for Pittsburgh, and I lead 10-1. The Pirates get the pennant, the series for the done. The hair's getting longer, you know the skirts are getting shorter. And don't you know that you can get a cheaper haircut if you won't cross the border? If your mama's on you smoking, bet you kick your ass. Put it out, you juvenile, and put it out fast. Well, if I had $1 million, what would I do? I'd probably be a barber, not a bum like you. Still got your paper out, that's just fine. And you can pay me double, cause you chipped me last time. Spend it on a girl, and just remember that I give the best of haircuts in the whole wide world. I give the best of haircuts in the whole wide world. Good morning, Mr. Snip, Snip, Snip. Your haircut is as short as mine. Good morning, Mr. Snip, Snip, Snip. Your haircut is this short. You got your haircut just this short. You got your haircut just this short as mine. Oh, man. traveling abroad in a continental style. It's my belief one must attempt to be discreet. And subsequently bear in mind your transient position allows you a perspective that's unique. And though you'll find your itineraries a blessing and a curse, your wanderlust won't let you settle down. And you wonder how you ever fathomed that you'd be content to stay within the city limits of a small Midwestern town. Most vagabonds I know don't ever want to find the culprit that remains the object of their long relentless quest. The obsessions in the chasing and all the apprehending, the pursuit you see and never the arrest. Without fear of contradiction, Bon Voyage is always hollered in conjunction with the handkerchief from shore by a girl who drives a Rambler, and furthermore is overly concerned that she won't see him anymore. Planes and trains and boats and buses, characteristically evoke a common attitude of blue. Unless you have a suitcase and a ticket and a passport, and the cargo that they're carrying is you. A foreign affair juxtaposed with a stateside and domestically approved romantic fancy is mysteriously attractive due to circumstances knowing it will only be parlayed into a memory.